What's going on YouTube? It's AKingsCreation again, bringing you guys another guide. Today we're going to break down the most important mistake that a lot of people have been making, especially me. I've been making this for about 200 hours as a free-to-play player. And one of them I was solo as well, but now I'm in a guild. I just want to talk about the traits today. A lot of people have been thinking that you need to buy, for example, you see this Dark Slayer's dagger. I would need to buy 12 Dark Slayer daggers to max out my traits. Well, that is not the case. Honestly, I'm going to find and showcase to you guys an example of me using little to barely any lucent compared to what I would use if I was to buy the Dark Slayer. So I'm going to show you a different example with a different piece. So let's go ahead and get into that mistake that I was talking about. Okay, let's take my heroic hood of resistance, for example. I need to go ahead and max out my magic invasion. Now, normally, most people who don't understand this game or just hasn't watched any guides on this would say, okay, the game is asking me to have the same item to be able to convert the trait to this item that I already have, right? Well, let's go ahead and look up the heroic hood of the resistance on the auction place for magic invasion. All right, so we're gonna go down to armor, then go to the head, and then let's look for the extraction or the extracted heroic. Okay, here it is. So we got the extract heroic hood of resistance. Let's see how much it costs for magic invasion. Now for magic invasion, it costs 165 to convert that trait to your main armor piece, right? So 165, that's what a normal person would make. That's the mistake that most people would make, is to keep buying the same item over and over again using its extract to upgrade it faster, right? But what you're ending up doing is spending a lot of lucent this way. So for example, we got 165, right? Now here is what I'm going to show you. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and click the filter, go to rare, go to find trait, to magic invasion, and then click apply. Now look at this list, all right? 10 lucent, 10 lucent, 10 lucent, 10 lucent, 10 lucent, 10 lucent. I can buy 5 to 6 of that and only spend 60 lucent compared to 165, right? So let's take an example. Let's take the example of purchasing at least 5 or 6 of those and seeing what that does. So as you guys can see, I bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So I've spent 50 lucent. Let's go ahead and go to our upgrade, click on item, and now here's all 5, right? A lot of people don't understand what blessing is. So if you're, say for example, like if you use one of these pieces that I have in the inventory and you want to convert it for the trait and it fails, then you're going to accumulate blessing. Basically, when you use blessing, is giving you more of a chance to actually extract that trait and put it onto your item, right? So let's look at this for example, right? We already got 200 blessing. Let's go ahead and look at an example. Okay, so this failed, so now I'm up to 240 blessing. Let's go ahead and do it again. Okay, now I'm up to 280 blessing. Now if I click use blessing, that puts my next chance up to 56. All right, so let's go ahead and try it and see if we can get a 56% chance to get that trait. Now look at that. I basically only spent roughly about 30. Well, we already had 200 blessing on there, so let's say we spend about 80 lucent for that upgrade, right? So 80 to 90 lucent. So between 80 to 90 lucent compared to 165 lucent to do the same exact trait upgrade. You see what I'm saying? So, and look, now we're going to go from 3 to 4. Let's see if we can do it with only 2. And it's possible to get it with only 2, but if you don't get it with 2, then okay, you're still saving a lot of lucent, right? So that's why I have barely any lucent now, because I've already been upgrading a lot of my stuff. That's why I'm almost at 3,300. Okay, so let's go ahead and do these last 2. Let's see. All right, so with only one of the missed or one of the failures, we get an 8% additional chance. So now we're sitting at 18%. Now we have 18% chance to get this trait over to our main item, right? But now, like for me personally, I like to do it anyway. If I only have one more left in the inventory and I ran out of lucent, I just go ahead and just try to convert that 18% and see if I can do it. And I think like 3 out of the 5 times, I'm not gonna lie, I actually did get that conversion. But we might not get it on this video. We'll see. Let's see. But see, the good news is it'll just reset you back to 40. So it's not that big of a deal if you mess up on that last one, right? You can just buy more and more, right? So that is the mistake that a lot of people have been making with their items. Now you can do this with any of the items. I just showed you one of the traits. All you need to do, right? For example, like let's look at a different one. For example, I need to finish up these abrasures, right? So what I'm going to do, this is a perfect example of when it doesn't make sense to go ahead and get like a lower valued version of the debuff duration. For example, if there is a cheaper price, like for example, this is 70 lucent to extract the debuff duration for this same exact item. All right, for the bracers, lucent for the actual item is cheaper than you buying 5 to 6 of the items to extract that trait. Then just go ahead and get the same exact item if it's cheaper only. This is rare cases where it's cheaper only. For example, this one is 70. Okay, here's the cheaper version of the item. So technically, if we buy 5 and then go ahead and try to bless those and then see if we can get on that last, well, you would do 4 and then you would have to use the blessing on the 5th one. If you can get that upgrade with only 5 items and only use 50 lucent, then yeah, that would be a lot cheaper. But if it's 70 lucent and you're only 20 away, you might as well just guarantee that, so you don't waste any more lucent by just go ahead and buying that 70. Now that is a rare case. If it has like more than 20 lucent or like probably like 30-40, then you can probably just try this method. But if, like I said, if it's just that close in price, just go ahead and go for the actual bracers, the purple bracers, and just upgrade it that way. Okay, so I hope this helped you out and helped you avoid this mistake in the future. For those who haven't done it yet, and for those who have done it, I hope this helps change your mindset on this, right? So if you guys like this video and you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.